You are now in Liepāja Lutheran Church, standing next to an extraordinary instrument, the Hammond organ that was built in the Latvian State Electrotechnical Factory, BEF, in the mid-1930s. Hammond organ was invented by engineer Lawrence Hammond in 1934. This instrument was a more affordable version of the classic pipe organ. In 1937, only 3 years after the organ was first invented and patented, Latvian State Electrotechnical Factory purchased a license from Hammond and began manufacturing organs. As opposed to the American organs, BEF let customers choose the type of wood the organ console would be made out of. Only local wood was used. Also, the design of the organ was unique and was made by a famous artist constructor, Ādolfs Irbīte. He was best known for creating the BEF radio design, which received Grand Prix in Paris and Brussels. In 1937, the BEF organ was first shown to the public and was also well received by the president Karls Ulmans. Having received a request from the Liepāja Lutheran Church, the president honored it by donating 10,000 lats for the purchase of the Hammond organ. The church also managed to collect 1,500 lats in donations. The same year, other churches also acquired Hammond organs, such as Liepājas Garnizona Church, Church in Madliena, Vecmuiža, and other churches. In total, about 10 organs were bought. However, World War II stopped a lot of organs reaching their respective churches. Only 3 BEF organs have survived. The organ at the Liepāja Lutheran Church was used until 2006, when it went out of order due to mechanical deterioration. From years 2021 to 2024, the BEF organ was undergoing restoration, carried out by a vintage keyboard expert, Gandert de Boo from Holland. Also, Vitālijs Aišpurs, the head of the mechanics lab at the Riga Technical University, and Ivars Pilips from Liepāja Restoration Center. Gandert de Boo will introduce you to the technical side of the instrument.
So this is the back side of the Hammond organ. Usually it's closed, but now it's opened up so we can see what's happening here. This is one of the tone wheel generators. There is more than one generator in it. Actually, there's 2 of these. There's one behind this one as well, and it's got turning wheels that have a shape, and because they're turning at a certain speed, it gives a sound. It's being picked up by a pickup, and then it's made electrical and it goes into the rest of the system. From the tone wheel generator, the tone goes to the manuals where you play the tones. They're being distributed to all the keys with lots of wires. There is around 600 wires for each manual. And from there it goes to the drawbars, the sliders, and then it's going to this transformer here. And then it goes to the swell pedal. That's this one. You can make the volume louder or softer. And then from the swell pedal it goes to the preamp. This is where the tone is being made big for sending outside of the organ to an amplifier.
The Liepāja Lutheran organ had the original speaker missing, therefore it was decided to pair it with a 122 Leslie. It is a unique speaker with moving parts inside. It was invented by Don Leslie, who used to work for Hammond. Unfortunately, Hammond didn't see any commercial value in Leslie speakers. So Don Leslie left Hammond around 1940s and established his own company. First Leslie speakers had only the lower rotor, and only later the upper rotor was added. Behind the panel you can find a 15-inch speaker producing low frequencies, and in front of it there's a drum. In the upper section of the speaker there's a system of horns in front of the treble driver. These rotors would spin in opposite directions and fill the room with sound omnidirectionally. The speeds are controlled by a 2-way switch that is mounted onto the instrument, usually on the left-hand side. Early Leslie models only had 2 speeds, off and tremolo. In 1960s an extra speed was introduced, so now the rotors would also spin slowly, and the setting is called chorale. At that very moment, Leslie speakers became popular, and it is a must-have speaker when playing the Hammond organ to this day. The Leslie speaker at the Liepāja Lutheran Church was manufactured between 1960s and 70s, and has 2 speeds, slow or fast, chorale or tremolo. Liepāja Hammond organ is one of the few organs built in the late 1930s that has survived until this day. In the 1970s, Hammond abandoned tone wheels and switched to integrated circuits. These organs were less popular and Hammond went out of business. The Hammond name was purchased by the Suzuki Musical Instrument Corporation. From 1986, Suzuki Hammond continues to manufacture a variety of organs. Even though digital organs are cheaper, lighter and easier to travel with, they are no match to a real vintage organ when it comes to sound and feel. Any serious Hammond enthusiast owns or dreams about owning a real vintage Hammond organ. These are unique and sought-after instruments that are not going to disappear anytime soon. Please enjoy the recordings. You're also welcome to listen to our organ live at one of our concerts here at the church. And if you like, we would very much appreciate donations, which would help keep the organ running and also would help us to establish a Hammond History Museum here at the Liepāja Lutheran Church.